Hi, welcome to TQ Talks, where we talk taxes and tax-free living 365. Here are your hosts, Craig White, Sebastian Singh, and Patrick Augustin.
And we're back with another wonderful episode of TQ Talks. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Craig White, and with me we have Mr. Sebastian Singh.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Anytime you're joining us, thanks for coming back.
You know he's Caribbean with that intro, guys. And also Mr. Patrick.
Good day.
Right.
Yeah, Patrick Augustin, excited to be here. So again, we are TQ Talks. If you haven't been with us before, our job is to help our clients to reduce the amount of money they owe or increase their refund by giving them wonderful 365 tax planning advice, which is what we do. We talk to y'all quarter after quarter after quarter. You guys know that. We also are here to help you to get your investment up, get your money up by giving you little known secrets using life insurance and other investment platforms. Today, we are here talking about the wonderful world of timeshares. And I know everybody's so excited about that, right? Everybody has a timeshare.
Yeah, not a great investment platform.
Amazing. Before we jump forward, though, hold on. Please go ahead, like, comment, share, and follow on all social media platforms, as well as your podcasting platforms. TQ Financial Services is the name of us, and our podcast is TQ Talks. Now we can continue.
That was good. So Pat already seems upset at the fact that people shouldn't have timeshare. So Pat, why don't you share your thoughts? Obviously, you're not happy.
No. That's just not my cup of tea. That's all it is. That's not my thing.
The opinions of timeshares coming from Patrick Augustin do not represent TQ Financial
Reflect
Services.
TQ Financial Services at all.
They reflect TQ Financial. First of all, I don't think any of us want a timeshare. Like timeshares. Listen, we're not.
Listen, it's like everything else, though, right? We also don't like RVs for an investment.
Well, it's one of those things where
it depends on your lifestyle.
If you travel, right, you don't want to just go to one damn place,
right?
Like it's boring. Like
yeah, but they have they have the timeshares that are all over the place now. They do, I promise you. Yeah, see, it's new.
Don't know.
So we
so it's not my cup of tea.
But again, back to Pat's point, even if they have that one in, let's say, Jamaica, if they're so in love with Jamaica, that's the only place they want to go. That's on you.
Boring.
So for us, our goal is to figure out taxes, right? It's tax planning, tax strategy. And the question then becomes, because we have clients that definitely have timeshares, and I just finished a client that were referred to us. Yay, referrals. Go referrals.
High five.
Go referrals.
Yeah. And they had a timeshare.
Right.
And that was the question. Is this a tax
Deductible
deduction
item?
Yes. So what are your thoughts,
Be
gentlemen?
specific.
The timeshare. I'm not being any specific. That's for you guys to discuss.
No. What was the client asking?
Literally,
were they
what I just
asking
said.
about all the money they've used towards the timeshare?
In general. It was a general question. And so here comes you guys.
So now we got to bust it down.
There you go.
Pat would tell them immediately, sell.
Sell.
And we don't have to talk about it ever again.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Do like more than,
but if they didn't want to sell?
Trading Places.
Oh, yeah.
Sell.
That was actually on this week and I watched it.
I have no clue what these two are
Trading
talking
Places is a
Trading
movie,
Places,
guys.
Eddie
We're
Murphy.
old. If you haven't seen that, please
I'm
watch it.
not as old as them.
I know, but you got to watch it. So
You don't know Eddie Murphy?
I do.
He does know Trading Places.
I
So listen,
don't.
hold on, seriously. So guys, with that being said, if they don't want to sell, what can they utilize? Or can they utilize anything from the timeshare to actually get some kind of deduction or expense or write-off? Or what can they do, if any at all?
From my understanding, I thought you could do the property taxes, your interest that you pay, but from what Craig is saying, it's a little bit more in depth than that.
Might be.
Yeah, it's not just blanket statements, right? But what I do want to, before we talk about what they could write off, if they're renting out their timeshare, they have to
That's
report
considered
their
income.
So let's not forget that part as well, because people are doing different things with their timeshares now. They have them all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
They can rent it out. They can sell it, whatever. You are supposed to report that income as rental income. So with everything else that goes with that, it's also looked at as a rental property or a second home.
A second home, yeah.
So same thing. Property taxes, mortgage interest.
Mm-hmm.
And
maintenance of it,
right? HOAs.
if you're paying anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's clarify. So you guys sound right and wrong, which is great. So
that's why I say sell, goddamn.
So, oh my God. So Yeah, the definite, Pat, you keep saying it. Sebastian keeps saying it. Yeah, the interest and the property taxes are a deduction, right? And Sebastian had brought up the fact that what if it was something that you're renting? If you rent it out, are you required to show the income? The answer is yeah, you are. The maintenance is a no-no. You can't write off the maintenance in regular terms. So here's something I'll propose to both of you. What if you owned, I don't know, a travel agency, or that's what your job was, right? What if you did something in the travel industry and that was a property that you brought as a business? What happens then?
So that's considered your office, essentially? That's your office
your
building?
property management.
I don't know. I'm asking. I don't live there.
I'm asking
I live
what,
here.
What is your scenario?
My scenario is that I live wherever and I bought a timeshare wherever, but my industry is travel or vacations or something in that realm, and now I bought this property. Do the rules change?
It depends what you're using it for. Are you using it for you? Are you going to be there?
Use it for a business?
How long are you operating out of it? Are you renting?
So talk through that.
Because if you are using it as a rental, then there's certain things you can and cannot
define that using as a rental.
Well,
rental for who?
That's my question.
Short-term rental.
Am I renting it from my business to put on a conference?
Mm-hmm.
Am I renting it to clients?
Mm-hmm.
Am I renting it to whoever? Because then that's a different thing than what I like. If I'm a travel agent and I have a rental property, that has nothing to do with my travel agency. So what are we using it for as a travel agent, let's say?
So keep going. So you're on the track that I'm trying to get. No. So the reason I keep saying keep going is pretending that I'm the client, right? Mm-hmm. What I'm trying to get you to do is to not assume that I know. Because what I'm going to do is, and Pat and you, we all do the same thing. Yeah, we know the answer, but I'm not trying to give you the answer. What I'm trying to do is tell you without you telling me, here's what you could use it for, and this is the way you're going to get a deduction. That way, you know exactly what to do with it.
Because that's like what we talk about when we go on vacations.
Well, so Sebastian,
turn your vacation into an expense.
So to run,
expense.
It's a business meeting.
So let's run with what what Sebastian is saying is here it is. I'm using that property to host events, to send my clients there as rewards.
Right.
I'm not renting it out to willy-nilly, Smilly and Willy. You know what I'm saying? It's literally for the purpose of business. What happens then?
Time out. I see where this is going.
That's why I need to know the specifics.
Go ahead. I gave you.
The reason I'm saying time out is because for you to say you have a property and using it as a expense tool.
Yep.
Pretty much what it is.
Yep.
You have a shit ton of money then.
No, it's a timeshare. Timeshares don't cost anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use a shed to hold business meeting. You know what I mean? It's not.
So let's look, guys.
So the price of it isn't what matters right now.
Because it's usually not expensive. Timeshares are going to usually not. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't care if it is expensive. It's still not. It's not really a speaking point because that's not a parameter we need to worry about right now.
It's not an investment vehicle that I'm going to be to guide you to go to.
Yeah, but if you already have it,
that wasn't a question though. We got to speak to the made up client.
Yeah,
right. If you already have it, and this is the industry I'm in, how do I maximize this property that I have? That's what they're really trying to figure out. And the bottom line is, if you have a business, guys, and you're doing what you said already, Sebastian, which is to guide people, hey, I'm going to do a raffle. You guys can use my property for 3 days, 10 days, 5 days. Guys, this is a deduction.
Yeah.
So if I'm holding this timeshare for 21 days out of the year, because you don't have the whole thing all the time.
Correct.
Right?
A couple of weeks out of the year. And that's it.
So 14 days, let's use that. Yeah. And I'm able to use it for quote unquote business purposes for that time. All the money I'm paying for this crap or whatever I pay for those for, it's deductible.
Yeah.
That is a business expense. It is a cost related to
your business.
Operating business.
Now, correct. This also means you can't, because you touched on the second part, I can't rent it out to anything else though.
Yeah.
So I can't turn around and try to make additional profit off this property. It's literally just a deduction.
Yeah.
I can use it. My family also can, which is something I know Sebastian knew already, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? So I can rent it out or give it to my brother, sister, mom, dad, uncle, grandparents, kids, whatever.
Because this is something essentially you're paying for already.
It's yours.
And they could even give me money, and guess what? I don't got to report.
They
that
gotta
crap.
report.
Because it's not rent. It's not a rental.
Nope.
It's not a short-term
Nope.
rental.
Nope.
We're not. I don't want to call people strangers, but we're not renting to just anybody.
It's true. And I get to deduct my travel if I go there for business
To and
purposes.
from, correct.
Man,
Correct,
so listen, bro. The point that I'm saying to you is I don't know who just, I think, it's Pat might have said it. It's the same as the vacations. But the thing we always say in our workshops, everything is a deduction. It just depends on how you look at it. So yeah, all the rules that we talked about before, all of us knew that. Yeah, you can't write off this, you can't write off, yeah, you can get this. But if you're able to spin it in a different direction, if you're able to utilize it, and I know Pat's going to jump all over these doggone, you better make sure you have documentation. I already saw his face.
All day.
If you're able to, then do it. Because you could write off all this crap. That means you might be getting into depreciation, depending on how you purchased it, whatever the case is. Because if it's all yours, if it's one of those, then you can get away with everything you can, as long as it's all business. Again, you can't mix business with pleasure. You can't go renting it out to a bunch of people to try to then make income, because you're going to mess up the whole thing.
Correct.
It has to stay separate.
And to Pat's point,
You got to be consistent with it as far as your record keeping.
Yeah.
there it is.
And then
document
with
document,
the IRS,
document.
they don't want you to. It's like double dipping. You can't
Right.
rent it out and then use it for business expense. Like it's either one or the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're bringing in money and charging out on it. You got to do one or the other.
And I wrote it down. You can see section 162A2, right? Because everybody loves saying those things. I hate going through all those. See section.
This is what you pay us for.
Right. Yeah, I know.
we're
But if
still
you want to
quoting
read
them.
on it,
Right, right.
read
We're
about
still
it.
citing them.
Because it helps you to get away from vacation home rule deductions and problems, etc. Because there's limitations you
Or
can't.
passive income limitations, all that.
All that
stuff.
there's things you can't do with vacation homes. There's a lot of things you can't do, but at least that section will help you to define certain things you can. So yeah, if you have a timeshare, and to Pat's point, you hate it, you want to get rid of it, or I'll be honest, there's people I met that love theirs, right? They utilize it all the time. There's a place that they really love going. Good for you, and we should have been the one that sold it to you. But if you're like the rest of the people in the world that don't really like them, then at least this might be an opportunity for you guys to get a deduction from it besides the regular mortgage interest, property taxes, as these two gentlemen spoke about earlier. So I guess that's it. I don't think I have anything else on this wonderful property timeshare.
Just call TQ, baby. Just call TQ. We got you.
There you
To
go.
Pat's point, actually, is it gets very, very specific. So please call us, speak to one of us about your individual situation or whoever you're calling for. You can follow us on all social media platforms at TQ Financial Services. Our podcast is called TQ Talks, and you're able to find that on all your podcasting platforms as well.
And please don't come to us saying my friends did this, my friends did that. Every scenario is different.
You can do that. Bring your friend.
No,
as
No,
a
bring
client.
the friend though. Yeah, we want bring the friend.
Refer to
We
friend,
want
refer
them
to
all.
friend. Yes.
We want them all.
Oh my God. 800-413-14. What is it? 1456. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really look forward to speaking to you on the next one. We're out.
Yes, sir. We out.
Later, guys.
Thank you for listening to TQ Talks. If you enjoyed this show, please rate and recommend on iTunes, SoundCloud, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get more information at tqfinancials.com.